Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. So I am just setting up. I think I have. There we go. All right, so let me just go to YouTube and it's a new window. YouTube, just to turn off the comments. Mhm. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's see. Da-da-da-da. Sorry for my tardiness. I was doing something I shouldn't. I'll tell you all about it in just a bit. Um, let's see. Let's see. Live. Just chat. Subscribers only. Custom. Okay, I think I have it. All right. So all right. So, anyways, welcome in, welcome in. Hey, Melissa. I don't know if you're still in here or not, but what's up? What's up? Hey, everybody. So, I was going to work on my Pegasus, the wings to my Pegasus, which has been in the works for now, but I was able to finish. Check it out. Check it out. Ooh, ooh. Well, I still have to sign it, but I like it. I like it a lot. Hey, Bandit, welcome in, welcome in. So it took me a while, but Pegasus is finally done. I was noticing that I have a tendency to make this kind of lip. Um, check it. This looks kind of like a bulldog, and it wasn't meant to be like kind of that. But anyways, I'm still learning, still perfecting. Yeah, but anyways, yes. But I am also in the title of the show. It also says, or I started working on let me lower my music. I think I got used to no music or having it be silent uh, when I couldn't have the music. So now I think I might be, have a hard time with like having sound around when I have the live, which would suck because I feel like I'm more productive when I am when I have when I have music on and stuff. So anyways, I'm just moving some stuff out of the way. Oh, and I finished the I don't know if you were when I did the what's that? I want to say that was our hangout when I was doing the hummingbird. I finished it. So I decided so this was the first one I did. Um I think it's quite cute. But I was trying to figure out how do I sign that, right? So that mines are mines and stuff. So I decided to put Blind Art Studio BAS for Blind Art Studios. So yeah, but since I had done this one before I decided, you know, I'll have to probably redo this or maybe do something different. Anyways, so this was my first, and then my second, I did a blue one for. Oh, thank you. I did a blue one for Nadine. because she has a blue car. And so I finished that. I don't have it with me because I sent it to her. And then my third one is an equally um, like very, very glowy one as well. So I was like super enthused, finished that. Yeah. So, but I find that when I'm doing the different activities or art or whatever, if I continue to do it, then I get better at it. And then if I let it go for a little bit, then I have to kind of relearn stuff. So, which is not good. So, yeah, so I guess I have to kind of continue to do um that, like beading, more like beading, but that's a good thing because I like the beading and stuff. So anyways, so I'm going to try. I've already been working on it, so it's my first try at journal. What is it, junk journaling? I don't expect to get very good at it, but I'm just like, oh, let me try it. Anyway, so I have some stuff that I was also working on earlier, but I ran out of glue. And then I went to grab some more glue. I left the bottle of glue at the other place. I also forgot my flowers. I was going to run my flowers today, but I left them at the other place. So they are in the buy now. So in case you're like super enthused about my flowers, they are beautiful, but I don't have an example in front of me. So anyways, all right. So the idea, I have so much stuff. I got all into it. So I think it's gonna end up being more of a greeting card than a junk journal. So, anyways, yeah. So I have lots of stuff um, to work on. So, anyways, this is kind of how it's beginning to look. And I have other stuff. But anyways, so this is what it looks like. Check it, check it. And so like, and then it opens like this. And there's stuff here, and I'll have more stuff here. And then so it's just like a 2-page, but it has lots of stuff on it. So anyway, so then this is where I'm at. um i'm gonna have I'm gonna add more stuff in between. Let's see, in between here. And then I made the little pockets. And so the way I'm going about it, I am so the first person I saw doing junk journaling is Heidi's from Heidi's Podgery. And she used a random envelope that had, the see-through window. And I thought that was so clever. So like she used that and she made a really beautiful pocket for junk journaling. But before that, like, and so she's the first person I saw. Okay, I don't know how to open this. So she's the first person that I saw actually making it, but I had purchased this one from Connie Creates. I can't open it, and it's not like I can just like see how it's tangled. I don't know how it's tangled. So, but I wanted to show you. So, anyways, so then I was like, okay, well, I like to go and like learn from a master and stuff. And what I should have done is rewatch Heidi's there you go, our hangout. But I didn't because I have so many projects, so much stuff going on. Anyways, so then I saw what Connie did, and hers are so delicate, so sweet. So let me turn it around so that you see it. I already saw it. It's beautiful. And I love that she used this kind of paper, and she obviously aged it. and she has these really beautiful cards in there, some music, sheets of music, and all these are little pockets so you can put stuff in it. And I've thought about actually utilizing it, but as I'm thinking, I want to save it in case I want to gift it because I think that's probably the best use for it. But she has, yeah, so this is super cute. Again, this was done by Connie Creates. She has a store here on Knickknacks, and she has extra pages. She put extra pages in there. And so this is really cute. Now, I'm only doing junk journal, like just some pages. So not the whole thing. Anyway, so yes, all this to say I don't have no clue what I'm doing, but I'm having so much fun. So let me show you just like this. I'm gonna add more stuff. So there's little pockets. There's a pocket here. Let me, there's a pocket here, another one here, 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 here. Now that was I knew I wanted pockets, but that's very similar to Connie's. Like check it. So am I copying her? Probably. Am I sad about it? No, because I'm not gonna sell this. But anyways, so yeah, so I put the little pockets here. Of course, the vision issue. Um, so it's not all straight, but I figure that's fine. Anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at, and of course, it has to have a bird because I am all about the bird. So yes, indeed. So anyway, so here's where I'm at. But so what I'm right now doing is um, I know, right? If you're gonna copy, you might as well copy from somebody who's really good. So yeah. So I am very much being inspired by Connie, and like I said, I should have watched um, Heidi's, uh, you know, and also, so of course, it wouldn't be a like a project without a sunflower for me, right? So it has a sunflower, and it has this because I moved it. So I was working on it, and it's over here somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. So it's gonna have a strip, and so the idea would be to like kind of pull it out, and then it pulls out. Um, where is it? Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. So I can explain it better. So I have lots of strips, and I have a paper cutter, but I don't have, the little cutter thing that makes the corners. So they're well, they're not really sharp because I'm covering some of them with felt, not felt, but fabric. So that's gonna make mine a little different from anybody else that I've seen. Oh, actually, no, Connie did put fabric. Oh, I'm probably gonna be thinking it's like my original thought, but it's probably something I saw in hers. And I love how like this recycled paper. This look is just really fantastic. Yeah, and it looks, yeah, like the whole look is fantastic. But so I wanted to go also a little different. I wanted to be like, oh my gosh, in your face color, and of course, like you can't go, more like in your face. This is different than a dancer, obviously. And then so this is actually, let me show you. So this is actually a quilt, and this is from a book on quilts. I think it's called American Quilts. And yeah, so anyways, so this is just the title page. I almost used um some of the images, like I purchased the book to be able to use the images, but it's such a beautiful book. And it's still pretty intact, so then I only dared to take it's the page before the title page, really. So I took it. It's still like if you see it, you're not gonna notice that this page is gone because the cover, the inner cover, still has like this on the other side, and then there was this page anyway. So then I utilized it because I wanted to be like, so the idea is like a fabric, how like textiles or fabric sort of unite all of us. So I want to put on here things that are very much part of my region, like where I'm from. So yeah, so that's why, of course, dancer had to be the front of it, but then also like the food, the birds, all that stuff. And so I am part of Society of Women Engineers, and so SWE has SWE, which is SWE, Society of Women Engineers, uh, a sweatshirt that pretty much all Society of Women Engineer college students wear, and it has kind of this like the Wonder Woman logo, but spells out SWE. Anyway, so yeah, so then that's why I wanted to include this. And of course, my butterflies, because I'm all about the monarch butterflies. Anyways, let me see if I can find what I was working on. Okay. I think I'm just going to have to move all the stuff out. It's all, you know, so I wanted to finish the Pegasus, and so I finished it. I think I'm going to have to start working on, like, not working, but like I start using to-do list, or like, yeah, some sort of list, because I go from one thing to the other, and then I also have to have different parts of my tables for different projects, so that way this doesn't happen again. Where like, oh, here's the thing that I was looking for. So that like when I'm gonna work on something else, then I don't move everything and then have to like resort everything in, because it's kind of hard. So, anyways, so how are you all today? Today for me was today's what, Wednesday. What did I do? I just finished shipping stuff, which is very important and should be done always. So I finished that, and so I'm excited about that. And the the biggest question was, there was this big asymmetrical bowl made out of glass and super heavy, and that took some ingenuity trying to figure out how to ship it, but we managed. um yeah, so I basically, my whole day was shipping and figuring out whether UPS, FedEx, or USPS wouldn't ship it because it was just too heavy. But anyways, yeah, that's kind of what I did today. And then I came home, and I was working on, yeah. So I finished the Pegasus. I started working on the turtle. I didn't finish the bottom. Oh, and I still have to do the top, the center of the flower. And well, and then I decided I have this other Alebrije I'm working on. So I found bigger blocks of wood. So now I'm able to explore bigger animals. Anyway, so the idea here is, I don't know if you can see the little dot right there. So the idea is that what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a mandala on top. That's going to be huge. Again, that will be my first mandala. But I've used the mandala tools that Vanessa sold. Vanessa from Vanessa and Gail's, no, Collecting Cousins. Vanessa Gale Collecting Cousins. Um, the kit that she sold, I've used it to make the alebrijes. But the next I guess, step in that is I'm actually going to use the mandala tools to make a tiny mandala on top of the hat. I think that's going to be super cute and clever, but who knows, Anyways, so this one I was working on. This is going to be a strip, but also this one. So, like I said earlier, I ran out of glue, and so I had to get some more. So this is Elmer's glue wall. So that actually, you know, is able to like adhere to a lot more stuff. Like, I don't know. I find that especially when I make mistakes or when I get it on my clothes and stuff, it's super hard to like. You can't get it off. Like, no way can you get it off. So, anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to. It's almost like, what is it called? Decoupage, but not decoupage because I'm using glue. I want to say that I have the decoupage stuff, but I didn't. I mean, that's not that was not my aim for this. I just decided to cover paper with fabric, and yeah, so I'm just gonna tape. I mean, just glue it, and yeah. So, anyways, so I don't know if junk journaling you do this, but in my junk journaling, I do. uh, yeah. So, anyways, and so I was a little late because I don't know if I did tell you that, like, I messed up my knee and realized at 9:47 that I forgot the flowers for the live, and so I thought, oh, I'll just walk over and get them. So I started walking out. I was like literally at the end of the ramp, and then decided, you know what, it's not gonna happen. Came in here and I was already late. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I know I'm supposed to be going to Mexico. Um, what is it, like at the end of next week? But I think I'm gonna have to like reschedule that because I don't think I can walk. And there's a lot of walking involved over there. Anyways, all right. So I forgot to. Um, so I may reschedule. I'm still sort of thinking about it because my plan had been to like do a live from there and all that good stuff, and I have, an appointment with my tia and stuff. So yeah, I have to tell her that I can't. So I have two scissors that I look the same. One is supposed to be for fabric, and one for paper, but they look the same. So, anyways, I should have cut it before. More or less, I'm cutting it. I am falling apart. Yeah, one thing. I get over one thing and then the next thing happens. No, but I don't think I've shared. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So I was diagnosed with MS, and the doctors say there's a possibility that one day I can wake up and not be able to walk. So that's my biggest fear. Whenever anything hurts, I was like, oh, is this the day? But there's been people who, that thing has happened to them, but they end up like running marathons after. So it's not the end of the world. It's just, so anyway, so even if I'm hurting or whatever, I'm still going to like walk around and stuff because you need to use, what is it? What do they call it? What did they say? Use it or lose it. So yeah, I know. My mom's like, "Oh, you should be going to the doctor for the knee." I'm like, "What is he gonna say?" just remind me of my stuff. So I'm trying to just deal. My niece is a registered nurse too, so like I'll like be all sly about asking her questions. I don't want her to like realize that I'm asking her questions. So I'll every so often, if I need to ask a question or whatever. Before, my mom used to have, um, she used to have a certain insurance coverage or company, and they had like a nurse that you could call like 24 hours a day or whatever. So if I had questions about me, I just disguise it as say, hey, by the way, what if? And anyways, yeah. So yeah, stuff happens, but it's okay. Okay, so I'm folding this one first. Why? I'm not sure. I usually fold these and then that one goes last, but anyways, so all right. So I folded this one. Oh yeah. No, I thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, when my situation happened and stuff like that, there was so much imaging done that's when we discovered that. Yeah, so I hope it. Yeah, most definitely. And like I tell my mom's freaked out about it. You know, but I tell my mom, look, so much could have gone wrong. During the actual accident, and now it just, I'm just blessed. I'm blessed. So I take it a little bit at a time, and and I think that's why I always feel like I have all these projects that I want to do and stuff, and I feel like I have to do them because my mom says, "Dude, you got all the time in the world, but you never really know and stuff, right?" So yeah, so I wanna learn how to do this and do that, and you know, but yeah. So anyways, yeah. So today I'm learning how to junk journal in my own way. Again, being inspired by the beautiful junk journal that I purchased from Connie. And anyway, so yeah, so I wanted to be different and stuff. I've always wanted, you know, I want, you know, bandit. I'm just, I'm just a person. Um, like growing up, I would watch, like the little girls in my classrooms and stuff. They would do like, what is it called? They would have diaries, right? And so I've always wanted one. and I've had, I don't know how many diaries and journals. Like once I got into college, then I would buy journals, or sketchbooks slash journals. But I never actually like wrote down like a diary or a journal, like putting pen to paper. I always purchased them thinking I was gonna do it, but I always found something else to kind of concentrate on. So I never actually did um, the diary part, like actually writing stuff down. Because I always felt like, what's gonna happen when somebody like finds my diary? They're gonna judge me. So I always imagine someone's gonna find my diary or my journal and they're gonna read it and then they're gonna be like all judgy about it. So the intention was always there, but I never actually did it. Oh my gosh. Your sister has kept for 40 years. Have you ever read it? When you were younger? I wonder if, like, yeah, I would be interested. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm like, I would be like super snoopy, like, or nosy and want to read it. If I just like if I knew my sisters had it, like for example, like so my sister, my oldest sister, she did a journal thing for in for Catholics. There's a thing called marriage encounter where like you go to like retreats and stuff to work on your marriage and that sort of thing. Anyways, so my sister kept a journal for that. And when we moved, her journal ended up with me, and I have not touched it. And I've been like, whoa, but I always thought that I would, like if like if my other sister or even my oldest sister, if she had a journal, I wonder if I would like look through it. Because I always imagined that if someone saw my journal, they would be so interested because my life is so interesting. They would be so interested and would want to read it and then judge me. I mean, I don't know why. Right? Wow. Yeah. I know. Yeah. I think, and like I said, I've had that journal thing, and I haven't even told her because, I don't know if she even wants to remember it. Anyway, so it's there. If she ever mentions, hey, I had a journal one time or whatever, then I say, hey, it happens to be on the stuff that ended up in my house. I think my life, I've been privileged to do all kinds of different things. And so in that sense, I think it's been interesting because, I've been blessed. Just I've been at the right time at the right place. And even if it wasn't the right time or the right place, we made it. We made it the right time. So I've had, I've done interesting things. Um, it's just it's been it's been good, but yeah, but I want it to continue. You know, I wanted, I want to not give up and just keep it going. You know, um, yeah. So the latest is my knee, but like, probably I want to say like last week. Yeah, it was like last. I did, yeah, I did art. Yeah, so it was last Thursday that I couldn't even get up to turn on the light. I was like, I already thought about it. It's like, oh, do I really want to do this? So that I like that was super painful. But like I said, I have to use it or lose it. So I just continue to push through the pain and stuff. And I'm a little bit better now that I'm beginning to feel the pains and stuff that was always going to be part of it or part of my life. I'm much more diligent about taking my like gabapentin and like all the medication stuff because I don't like to like if I don't need to take it, like if I don't, there's just so much medication and stuff. So I was like, I don't know if I want to take it or not. But now it's like, dude, I gotta take it. So now I think that it's a good kick in the behind to like do the right thing. Yeah. So yeah, no, and I think attitude plays a big role in like you know how you interact. Again, it's not always super positive and exciting, and you know I mean, there's times when I deal with other stuff, the emotional. um my sister calls it poochie stuff, the poochie stuff. But that's just part of life. So I am no, I think I'm just gonna have to invest in one of those, because they make such cute corners. So yeah, because this is like not even. Let me see. Let me put it like this, and so you might be able to like, hold on. This is like this, and then yeah, it's not even. It's not even, is it? Yeah, it's not even. Well, it's still gonna be kind of nice. Yeah, I feel like a walking pill body. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. Yeah. So, they prescribe the tramadol and all that stuff, and so I try to get away with like Tylenol. Um, but yeah, so every so often, I gotta go. But the good thing is that like it affects me so much where like I don't like it. So, you know. Yeah, I know, right? And I love, I don't know if so over behind me on a corner is my shelf of Native American pottery and uh, other treasures. And so this reminded me a lot of that. When I went to grab oops, I went to the fabric store actually to grab the Wonder Woman, you know. Yeah, and so that's when I decided, oh, you know what, I'm gonna use fabric for all the stuff. Yeah, but yeah, so this is, out of the Native American pottery, this is my favorite patterns. So yeah, so I wanted to include that in there. And again, it's the fabric because it all started. Yeah, so like it all started from like a book of quilts, and then this massively beautiful quilt. Let me turn the other way so that no, that's not even. So this is a clean view of the quilt. Look, like, can you imagine cutting all tiny the tiny pieces and yeah, uh, so beautiful. Yeah, I've always loved quilts, but I've not been very, you do. Isn't it beautiful? Like, oh my gosh. And I believe that I am in the midst of finding another craft to do. I would love to do quilts, but of course I have so many things. I have so many things to do, but I would love, love, love to work on that. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, visually stunning. And then it has all the information. It's just, yeah. So the lady who has this fabric shop here in town, she is, they used to have a quilt and bead thing. Um, a lot of the ladies have gone on to other stuff or passed away or whatever, and so she doesn't have lots of quilting folk. I mean, there's a lot of people who are doing it, but not the type that get together to do the craft together. So, anyways, and yeah, so she's very chatty. I spend so much time in there. Um, so I did this one, but I think I grabbed the wrong. But I still like it. Yeah, so this was going to be one of the items that would be a pull out. But now that I can't use it there, I'm going to see if I can use it elsewhere. So I'll probably this. Let me see. I'll figure it out. I know. I know. Yeah, I know. It's like I put stuff on top, and that's the bad part. Where um, like I was working on a beading project, and then I put it on top of another project, and then I put something else on top of it, and then I totally forgot about it, and then I knocked it, and all the beads were all over the floor. Now, mind you, that's happened to me before, but my floor had been a little cleaner than that time because I had been working on this paper stuff. And so they were like tiny pieces of paper everywhere. So it's not like it just, usually when that happens, I have like a little vacuum cleaner that I used to use for my car. So it was just like a handheld. And so I can just, scoop them up and then basically pulls them out. I wash them and then just rearrange them and stuff. But this time I couldn't do that. So there's so many beads that went to waste because yeah, I said earlier, I have to figure out how to arrange so that I have like a little desk for like when I'm doing beading and like a little desk when I'm doing wood carving because when I'm doing the wood carving, there's wood dust all over the place and you know for that I really need to go outside, but I don't always do it. I do have all the vacuuming, the suction stuff connected with the with for the wood carving, but still. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do this. No, this would have been good in the inside, but had I thought about it, oh, maybe I just cut it to the length that I needed. I don't know. Oh, this could be like it could be from right there. Oh, I had drought. So yeah, so this I finally finished this one, the Alebrije, with the little ducky on top. I don't know if you know if you can tell. It used to have like a lot of stuff in the middle of the 2 feet, and so I carved that out using my carving knife for wood. I carved out the little feet and then just placed it on top, and then I added these glow in the dark beads as the I'm thinking this is like the food that the duck is going to eat and happens to be on top of the alligator, which is why it dares to be on top. Anyways, yeah, how all the stuff, all like I imagine what it was doing, and and so hopefully, yeah. So hopefully, it doesn't fall off. Like so, I pushed it and stuff because I didn't use the E6000, is it? I used the glue all, and so it's stayed on pretty well. So I also use that for so when I carve, like for example, the wings for this one. So first I make a hole, like 45-degree angle, and then one on the other side, and then I carve out like the basic shape of wing, and then I just kind of start working on it and just kind of give it some a little bit of dimension by adding little things to it, and then I carve out a little bit in the inside, and then I put the flowers and um, yeah. So this could be like I could be not be done with this for like ever, like there's always like one thing that I could do. Like I was thinking, I could do more decoration here and stuff, and then go at a certain point I have to just be okay with like or just say, you know what, I'm done. Yeah. um and then even in my descriptions for the alebrijes, I I say that I reserve the right to make some changes because That just as a safeguard in case I happen to, have taken the photographs and then I decided, you know what, it needs another dot here or whatever. And I put it, and if it wasn't in the picture, that's why I put that there. But for the most part, when I'm going to make changes, once I've taken photographs, I always try to remember. Most of the time, I remember. I haven't had, like, I haven't forgotten to do that, but I'm not saying that it'll never happen because knowing myself, I may forget. But that's why I put that little disclaimer in there. And yeah, and so my Lebrijes will always have the white dots on the bottom and my signature there. And so that way you pick up an alebrije, and then if it has the little dots and that, then that's something that I worked on. So yeah, so I'm really liking the progress on the with the carving, and I think you just, you know you can't go wrong with it, because like if you were working on something that just all of a sudden moved, like morphed into something else, it's okay, because alebrijes are supposed to be multi-critter, so it can be both. It can be whatever you're working on and whatever the wood decides to be. So so back to this, I'm trying to, I think this might be a little too busy, and I still love it. It's not even, but I may just cut it. I don't know if the cutter, I think I'll mess up my cutter if I try to cut it with the cutter. Let's see. I'm going to put it aside, you know, and, and maybe I might come back to it and say, hey, this is how I envisioned it, because I lost my way with this one. And I lost my way because it was too long. And then cutting it, it hurts me to even think about cutting it. So we're just gonna put it right here. I mean, it could be my, like, a bracelet. Look at this. It's perfect to be like, you know, a bracelet of sorts. So, you know, I might do jewelry with fabric. Yet another project. No, 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 no more ideas. No more ideas. Yeah, I'd come back later to it. I know. Yes. So I was also working on, so so New Mexico, that New Mexico is well known for Roswell. And where is, so I had uh, an interesting sort of take on this. Oh, here it is. Um so um I know, no more projects, no more projects. All right. So I saw most recently, well, not even recently. I forgot how long ago I stopped going to the Helping Hands. I used to volunteer there, and that's where all the funds that we raised was to buy food for commodities once a month. Anyways, stuff happened with management and stuff, and they just stopped calling me to volunteer. I didn't do anything wrong, I don't think. Anyways, but so I haven't been there for a while. But anyways, one of the last times I was there, every time I went, I always walked out with a lot of stuff that I purchased. Anyways, so I was walking out, and then some gentleman came up to me. He's like, "Hey, I have these National Geographic books. Can I give them to you?" Or no, he said something like, "Do you want them?" And there was other stuff too. And then I said, "Oh, I'll take the National Geographic." And there was like a bread maker and some other stuff. Like, I'm not interested in that. But so I just went around the corner and donated it to the center. And anyways, so one of the National Geographic books was all messed up, but it had this thing on in the beginning, and basically it's like a planet, and it says, are we alone? And so anyway, so yeah, so I think in terms of my region, New Mexico is known for Roswell, for the Trinity Project, like all that stuff happens here. So anyways, so yeah, so that's this is a piece that I wanted to kind of work on. So the idea is, let's see, how was I gonna do this? Okay, so this is the part that's going to be connected somewhere here or elsewhere. But I want to see that this kind of changed or moved on me, because and so it'll be attached here, I think. Or maybe in here. Something like this. And then so how is it? Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so yeah, let's pull it this way. So it asked the question, right? So then this fictitious person who's gonna find my journal and is gonna be like, "Oh, I still want to read this." We'll pull it, and so by pulling it, this will bend this way, and so I'm gonna put a word there, and something like, "Are we alone?" and like the answer here. So you know, they've discovered stuff already up there. So anyway, so yeah, so then the answer will be right there, but. So that's the idea behind there. So, but then I wanted to add in between, I wanted to add this other circles, because like a journal is supposed to, you're supposed to be able to like write stuff in it, right? But, or like a junk journal, maybe just collecting stuff. I don't know. So then you open it and this folds out that way. Yeah, this is, yeah, I'm not going to be able to add more unless I just, maybe this whole thing folds. Oh, yeah, I think this whole thing is gonna fold. Yeah, but then that has to be. Yeah, this is gonna have to be over here. Maybe in the back. Oh, it's gonna go in here behind. Let me see if I can cover it so that like it's not obvious. Oh, yes, I think we can. It's gonna have to go a little bit sideways. But there's like so much going on that I don't think that, like it's noticeable. So you just go like this, and then it's like, let's see if I, no, that's still covered or not noticeable. No, but I wanted to make it so that like you can also cut it. Okay. I think that's gonna work. Okay. So then the idea is like this one, and then like, but then it won't open the way I want it to open. Oh, I may just have to, maybe it just peeks. It's like a little peekaboo in the back of the head. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so if that's, I don't know if you were a fan of the Spice Girls, but That's Melanie. I think her name is Melanie or Melody. No, Melanie. C. Yeah, she was Sporty Spice. Okay, so when it's just like that, it'll be sort of evened. I don't want to be too completely even. So maybe there. So if that one's there and then this one's there, does it take away from the visual impact of having? I think it does. Darn it! I didn't see Heidi having so many issues making decisions. Oh, I dropped some of my little things. Yeah. So the idea was, so I have some of, I don't know. This is a very vintage uh, gift wrap, and so the idea would be, so I made a couple circles so that it would basically, the idea is it would hide behind this, and in different ways, like somehow, and these circles are going to have some writing paper so that, like, if I decide, I want to write some stuff on there. Well, welcome in. I'm sorry, I totally goofed and haven't been welcoming people, but welcome in, Gina. Appreciate you being here. And lovely humans, appreciate it. I'm just struggling with making decisions for this junk journal starter pages. And yeah, so I have this one. This is from my. I used to like these for keeping notes. That like where I would grab handouts from classes and stuff and put them in here, and then kind of do like a sketch kind of journal thing where, like, I would have images and stuff like that, um and then once professor started giving us PDFs or instead, then you could just keep that on an iPad. But so anyway, so then these were no longer useful. Anyway, so then I you know, have a lot. Um, I've given a lot away to my one of my nieces is a teacher, so whenever I can, I give her supplies. But I don't think she likes it that much because she likes all her stuff to be like all her kids to have the same, notebook, the same, so the same kind of crayons, same kind of markers and stuff, so that no one's like, oh, hers is better than mine's or whatever. So she doesn't like my mishmash donations to her classroom. But like whenever I have like markers or crayons that I can, and I really should have given her the neon crayons that I purchased, but I purchased them to be able to melt them. I got them at they were on sale, but they're neon, and so I'm obsessed with glowy stuff. So I grabbed all the crayons that they had left, and yeah. So the idea was going to be that I was going to melt some of it to on resin again, another project, but I haven't done it, and maybe I'm just going to donate those crayons to the kids. That's the one thing that she does like is like markers and crayons that are like just whatever, because she uses that when she has the guest people who will do different projects with kids, then she'll bring those out then. But other than that, she gets the kids their their like the crayons and stuff like that. She doesn't ask the parents to get it for them. She gets all that stuff for them. Um, she uses her own monies for it. Yeah, her whole family are like, it's a family of educators, so they've always worked for. Her mom works for the school district. Um, her dad, her dad passed away, but he was also involved. Stuff. So, anyways, hey Susie, welcome in, welcome in. I'm just learning to junk journal. I know that in the title it said working on the wings for a Alebrije Pegasus, but I did finish that today. I still have stuff. Yeah. So the when I paint with the airbrush, it gets on my hands and it doesn't come off for a while because I scrub, and it comes off when it wants to. When it decides, you know what, I don't want to be in your hands anymore. So then it comes off. But yeah, so certain things come off faster than others. I can still see sort of like, yeah, here and there little pieces. But anyways, um I digress. But anyway, so the idea behind this is I was gonna give myself like little circles with like on the other side is gonna have like writing. Hey Amy, welcome in. Oh my gosh, welcome in. I appreciate you being here. I sent out your package. I think it was on Monday. So I appreciate you for buying those flowers. Hopefully you love them. Yeah, it's super colorful, and yeah. So, anyways, thank you for doing that. Appreciate it. Anyway, I'm glad. Hopefully, they make you happy. Yeah, it makes me happy to make them, and then every time I see them, they're very colorful, and so I think they. Hopefully you'll be like, oh, they're so cute, or like, super bright, and I don't know, maybe put them, I don't know, somewhere where you see it all the time, or maybe you can also gift them. That would be fantastic if you share the love. And so yeah, so what I'm doing is basically I've never done a junk journal. I watched someone do it, and then I've also purchased one from someone else. So this one I purchased from Connie Creates. She's fantastic. All her critters, I think I have all my stuff in the other room. Um, but all her items, she's so thoughtful behind everything. Everything's like purposeful, and yeah, and so detailed and just stunning and beautiful. And so this is a junk journal that I purchased from her. She has a cute little charm here. Um, and you just close it by going like this and then kind of wrapping. Now, earlier I had a hard time unwrapping. So, um, so I'm just not gonna wrap it anymore. I'm probably gonna wrap it maybe like putting it through here. Just that I don't ever want to be like, oh, I need to get in there and be tempted at like cutting the the string. But anyways, yeah. So this is kind of my inspiration. Hers is super clean, super beautiful. Mine's is a lot more in your face, not as well thought out, and she has like a specific color scheme. I think. I mean, it's very delicate. Like, yeah, it's very muted colors, and it works. Like, it totally works. And so mine has been more like, different colors, and Bandit said it's my journal. I can do however I want it. So she's giving me permission to do that. So anyway, so then the next stuff. So I want to do. I want to. I've seen where like they have where you pull and then there's stuff that comes out. I want to do like an accordion thing. And so this is kind of how what I wanted to do. So the idea would be that this is attached like this. And so the question is, are we alone? And this is actually a planet. I want to say that it's Mars. And anyway, so then if I pull it, this folds this way, and then here will be the answer to the question, are we alone? And so I've just had an idea, but it's too tiny, but I'm gonna try it. So anyways, okay, so again, it's gonna be folded this way. And the question, and this is from like the spine of the National Geographic, because this is an image that came from there. So the question is, are we alone? And then you pull it, and this opens. And I'm gonna try to do little tiny aliens right here. And so that will be the answer. No, we're not alone. The little aliens are gonna be right here. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but it's gonna be fantastic. Yeah, I might have to do the magnifying glass thing. I may have to do some stuff on the computer and then print it out, because I don't think I can go that small. I mean, I've gotten pretty good at like small stuff, but this is as small as I go. Oh, and I'm also working on so okay, so so sometimes when I'm working on the airbrush and I have a tiny bit left, it's too much to like just rinse out and like throw away. Then I'll do another one. I tried to do my base colors to be different, but this time I didn't. Again, because I didn't want to throw away the paint. Um, and I was done that day. So anyway, so I just did a base. So this one's a turkey and this one's more of a duck. But they're not done at all. So like so I'm still working on these. But anyways, so I'm gonna move it over here. And anyway, so but like I said, this is as small as I get, and making the little tiny dots, and the little tiny dots, they don't have to like be perfect. They don't have to be like specifically running like there isn't like a measurement, which is what I love about that. And so, but doing this tiny thing, but I think it's gonna be good. If it was bigger, so maybe maybe because this is small, but if it was bigger, okay, so I have my extra paper here. Oh, and I purchased, I don't know if you remember, I think it was was it Robin's Nest? Or there was a Robin that sold this kind of paper. So I purchased this kind of paper from her. I want to say it was Robin's Nest, but it was a Robin that sold it. Anyways, but so it's been super useful for this project. I get stuff that I always think, you know what, I'm going to do something with it. And I don't always do it, but this time I'm actually doing it. So, anyways, so instead of having that small, it was a little bit bigger. Or like if it, okay, I got it. So I will check it. Check it out. Check it out. Okay, so if this was attached and you pulled it, would it fold out? It might. And then the answer would be on this side. No, it ruins the effect. So yeah, I'm gonna have to work with the computer to make it very, very small. It would be more sturdy, but I think the reason why I'm able to like go so like so it's like this, and then you pull it right, and then it opens because it's small. But so it would be more sturdy. But I think I need to get like a different color that matches it better. Let's see. Oh, I have this. So there's a museum called, or kind of, it's a museum, but it's kind of more like an activity center. It's called Meow Wolf, and there's a lot of like fantastical type of displays and stuff. Anyway, so this is from an advertisement for them. So this is kind of the image that I'm gonna use for the alien right here. And so let's see how I would do that. If I did something bigger, which would be, like you said, more sturdy. But yeah, so maybe no, I think my alien has to be smaller because I want it to be like a surprise. Like, you open it and it's surprise. There's an alien there. I wonder if I could like hide it. I probably could. Oh, and I finish the the stem with lots of leaves for Vicky Wallace. She had wanted a stem with leaves for the flowers, and so I made one, but it took forever, and I used a lot of material, so it's not cost effective to make more. But my that was my engineering challenge. It's like, how do you make it so that the leaves can travel? And so I had to put wire like in each one of the leaves so that they can fold in and then fold out. And then she's gonna have to pull it back out. But yeah, so that took forever. So, but I feel like this is gonna be my next engineering challenge. So I'm just thinking, yeah. So when you open it like this is when you don't see it. Because I was changing my mind right now. I was thinking, okay, so like if this is bigger, it's gonna cover this, so then no, you're not gonna be able to see that. Like, hey, oh no worries, thank you, Bandit, thank you so much. Um, Good night. I really appreciate you stopping in, chatting with me. I really do, totally appreciate it. You always make my day. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night. Have sweet dreams. And next time you see this, it's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be super fun and very surprising. Anyways, all right. Good night. Thank you so much. So, anyways, all right. So, all right. So, yeah. So that was my concern. Like, if I put something that's a little bit thicker, it will cover, but it will only cover it once it's already open, because otherwise it would be like this, and then they open it. They're like, oh, wait. Okay, so it's gonna be like this, right? Okay. And they're like, well, are we alone? And then oh, but see, the thing I'm thinking they're going to pull this way, but they're not. They're going to open this way. Ah. Well, I'm the one who's going to do it, so I'll just make sure that I open the right way, right? Hey, Matt Treasure, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. I'm just working on a junk journal. This is my first attempt at it, but I wanted to have all kinds of like pop up and different sort of things to it. So yeah. Hey Margie, welcome in, welcome in. Anyways, we're working on a junk journal. It's my first try at it. These are my first 2 pages of it. So far, this is what I have. So I live in New Mexico, and here we have a lot of different nations, different pueblos. It's of course starting a junk journal that has to be reflected. And so this is one of the dancers. In April, usually it's the 4th weekend in April. There's a gathering of nations in Albuquerque. This is from that. And anyway, so this opens up, and then we'll have more stuff here, something exciting and sort of will accordion out or something of that nature. And then I still have to work on this one. And then here, you have little sayings here. And then this, I think this is a beautiful vintage Christmas card that what I did was I just basically cut it open so that I could have more stuff. I could put more items in here that are sort of Christmassy related, whatever, the junk journal is supposed to contain stuff. So anyway, so that'll be there. But then there's still space for more stuff in here. And then here I have little pockets to put stuff in. And so this was from an actual class, and it was my engineering 361, which is a graduate level class. It's material science, and so anyways, so this was part, I want to say it was this side. Yeah, it was this side. But I thought it was interesting because right now, so this is reflecting my current situation, or yeah, more or less. But I wanted to remember stuff from the past. And so, because, when we're doing thrifting and trying to find treasures, we're looking at different ceramics or glasses. And so anyway, so then I found by sheer luck from my note that speaks about ceramics and glasses, and where, like all glass are ceramics, but not all ceramics are glass. And so anyways, and then also on the back, I was taking notes on, I think it was, what was it? Oh, so what the makeup of the ceramics, what they're made out of. And then I wrote down like the formula for it, or the anyways, yeah. So then I wanted to sort of include that in here as a little, because I don't have a lot of stuff. Like I don't have concert tickets. I don't have, stuff like that. And I feel like for me, I've always loved school since I started going to school when I was 3. It was a village school, so there was a village teacher, and the village teacher could decide whether or not you could go to school. And he thought it was cute that I wanted to go to school with my brothers and my sister, my sisters and my brothers. And so he let me go to school. Anyways, so I love school my entire life. Anyways, and so here, this is going to be my treasures, stuff that I love to do and that's learn stuff. And then it has, so it's going to have cute things that are going to pop out. And it's going to be very much my reality, but then also sort of aspirational. I could have other stuff in there as well. So then this one has this because we're a Western state and we wear cowboy hats and cowboy boots. And, the cowboy boots help when we're walking outside because of the rattlesnakes and stuff. So there's always a purpose behind everything. So, yeah. And so I think it's going to be kind of cute. It's going to be kind of cute. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm working on. Um, And as I was mentioning before, this is actually the inside page, right before the title page of I think it's called American Quilts. It's a beautiful book. It's gorgeous. Like I bought the book to use the images for art and stuff, but I just can't cut it out. But I did manage to just pull this one page for this project because I thought it was a very special project, and so I decided that it merits the sacrifice, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. And so hopefully, my the idea is that I'll be able to finish these couple pages for the junk journal in the next week or so, and then kind of be done so that I can move on to my many other projects. I've started. Um, Carving alebrijes, and I've loved doing that. I'm still learning, and so when I first started, my I only was able to get like smaller blocks of wood, and so my critters were always smaller. And now that um, I went to a certain place, they sells supplies for hobby people. I found this massive wood blocks. So I don't have, so now I'm no longer like limited by the size of the wooden block. And anyway, so I started getting the bigger blocks, and then I was noticing that some of the blocks that come in that kit are some of them are pine, and I thought you couldn't use pine because it has all those knots in it and stuff, but some of it is pine, I think. And so if that's the case, I can get that in the local hardware store. So I might be able to do bigger items. The bigger items take longer. And so I don't know if, I just wanted to see whether or not I could do it. So I made a big, um, the blocks come in four of a size. So like the bigger ones, the less big, the medium, the small, and then the tiny. And so I have, you know, I used up two of the big blocks. And so my next big block, so I did I love making turtles. That's just, my, I probably will do like a bird. I'm thinking I'm going to do a bird. I love hummingbirds. And so this is a, uh, a bird that I made with seed beads. So I've been learning how to do that as well. I mean, there's mistakes here and there, but it's so tiny you're not gonna notice it. And so it looks like a hummingbird. The beak is it's like it pushes up instead of pushing down. So you just kind of have to move it down. This one has the biggest two for this one. It's just like one seed too big. I think change that on this one. but at least it goes down. The beak goes down, and this one has a tendency of wanting to look up. I mean, to pop up. But so, anyways, there's little things that I still have to perfect on stuff. But yeah, so that's kind of what I do. I like to make not even. It's not even that I like to make. I like to learn how to make things, and then I may lose the passion for making it after I learn how to do it. Like for the pottery, um, that's one of the first like maker stuff that I learned to do, and I really like watching people do it more than I like doing it myself. And it's probably because of the it gets pretty messy, and this gets pretty messy, but it's not as wet, and that's probably the issue there. But anyways, but I still I love going to my friend Diane's and being with her and maybe helping her do different parts of it, but she's the one who's overall just kind of doing the pottery. I'm just helping out. And then I've been training to be a master glass blower, and someday, but that's that's very aspirational. It's very far away. I mean, I'm training already. I'm going doing the making the little ornaments or whatever they have me doing when I go. Um, but just reality is that I am visually impaired, so for that I would always have to have a partner in the with me, and that's always a challenge because I like to do stuff in the middle of the night and not everyone does. So anyways, yeah, but there's definitely plenty of people who are insomniacs. Like what time? It's 1:26 Eastern, right? uh it's yeah, so there's plenty of people who are still up, and I would imagine there's still plenty of people who are actually on live right now. Before, when I did my lives, I would be the last one. And let's see. Oh, thank you for the follows. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Uh, let's see. Let me check to see who else is on. Hmm. I'm just checking, just because I'm nosy. My gosh, there's still so many people on. Yeah, like definitely, Knickknacks has been growing a lot, and I think it's pretty awesome. So, anyways, all right. So yeah, so the challenge here was trying to engineer a way for this to have the question. So this is a planet, right? And so the question is, are we alone? I wanted to pull it this way and then have the answer pop out this way. So it would be attached this way, right? And then you pull it, are we alone? And then the answer comes out this way. But I'm thinking I'm gonna be the like when I open it, I'm gonna do it the right way. But if someone else opens it, they're not gonna pull it this way. They're gonna pull it this way. So maybe the answer should be both like this, and if you go like this, that's the answer, I think. So the answer could be here. And so here I was thinking of making with the computer, obviously, because I don't think I could like come up with any figures that would fit this, but to make tiny little aliens like right there. And so that like if you pull it this way, the answer would be like right there, the little aliens. And if you open it this way, oh, then if you open it this way, I have the little Mia Wolf alien. And so that would be the answer on that. What do you all think? I think that works, you know. So yeah, that's so this is meant to like mimic Earth, but the alien is cut off, so I have to figure out a way to like hide that it's. I wonder if I could have it be able to like move out of something. Yeah. So I'll have some sort of way that this attaches here, and then no, like yeah. So then it'll pop out as the answer, and so it'll be like a little alien coming out, and of course, something will hide it in the back. Let's see if I can find something that like some sort of image. Oh, something like this. Could pop out of. So it could be like the middle part. Oh, and it could float. It could float. Okay. Check it out. Check it out. Okay. I think this is how it's gonna work. So see how like this image is right there? I'll make a little hole right here. So it'll be just like a little piece of it will be like just say that. And then you pull it and then part of it would come out. I just have to make sure that like part of it like is attached so that like doesn't all come out. And so that'll be the answer there. I think that'll work. So anyways, all right. So that's the plan here. And then I'll make more circles and and attach them to these circles that I already have. So they'll have ways for to add some notes and stuff for activities or whatever. What else? Let's see. I think that's pretty much. That's what. Yeah, I'll try to do that. Let's see. Um, uh, okay, let's try to cut. Okay, so if you don't know me, I'm visually impaired, so I might cut. I might cut stuff that I didn't mean to cut, but it's okay. Nothing. I'm guided just by the edge of the other one. And it's looking pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, yeah, I cut the other part. No worries. All right. So, and then I need to hide this other white part. What did we just cut? Oh, we cut this part. So if we There we go. Oh no. So maybe turn it around. Maybe better. Nope. We're gonna figure it out. It's this is perfect. Okay. Right there. All right. So holding it and try not to cut the stuff that I already worked on. So not that, but like that. Oh, I think I cut. I think I cut that part that I didn't want to cut, but it's okay. Hey, chick, come on in. We're just cutting paper, working on junk journaling. So you know what? I didn't want to cut that little corner, but it's gonna look odd. So we're just going to go ahead and cut it. All right. All right. So now we're going to glue. I just want to think about it because the idea is that this little alien is going to pop out. It's going to pop out like this. We're going to do like a little slit right there. And then it will come out up to right there. And so this only, yeah, so. Hey Nadine, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I am working on my first journaling project. It's super late. You should be asleep. Oh, and I should tell you, I finally got your package. Oh, I finally got your package to UPS today. I had quite the conundrum with the package. UPS didn't want to take it because it was too heavy. But I knew it was going to be too heavy for UPS. But USPS, the regular mail. But I tried, and I used to have. There was another lady who was much more willing to kind of work with me, you know. Anyways, so like no, and so then I took it to. At first, I tried to figure out what was more convenient, and we used to have a UPS center here, and I thought that was still the case. Um, and no, it turns out that they closed 4 years ago. 4 years ago. That's how long ago that I've actually went in trying to take a package. Anyways, yeah, I thought it was like, dude, I should have known. Everyone was like looking at me like, dude, where in the heck have you been? Um, anyways, yeah, but I eventually ended up taking it to Cruces, which is like the closest city, big city, and yeah. So then it worked out. So finally, yeah. So it's fun. All that to say, it's finally on its way, and hopefully you'll get it. I want to say the tracking number. Oh, hey, Robin. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for the little raid. I appreciate it. We are making a junk journal page. Right now, I'm working on. No. I'm just sharing. Not. It's no big deal. I like. I like. like issues, or like I like solving things, and so I felt like, oh gosh, there's a problem here. How do we solve it? Kind of situation. Okay, let me put, yeah, not on top of that because it's super busy and so it's hard. So the idea here behind here is that so this is gonna be attached this way, like it'll be glued like this, but it'll sit like this. And it's gonna have the question, are we alone, right? And then so then obviously you pull this way and this folds out, and so the answers I'm gonna have tiny aliens right here. So then that's an answer. But if you, instead of pulling it this way and having this fold this way, if you open it this way, then it's gonna have what I was working on. It's gonna have this. I'm gonna glue it there, right? And then I'm gonna put it like a little slit right here. And then where's my alien? And then so this alien is going to, it needs to hide in here first. It's gonna like in the slit, right? And then it's gonna say pull here, and then it'll pull, and then the little alien will pop out a little bit because obviously it's missing an arm, and it'll pull out a little bit. So that'll be the answer. Yes, an alien saying yes, you're not alone. Anyways, I thought that was kind of clever. So anyway, so yeah, so this this is my first attempt at a junk journal page. Starts off with like an image of a dancer of from um, from the area, um, and anyways, and then it's gonna have more stuff here, and then more stuff here, and then has this. Then it has this card that has space for more stuff in here. That has the pockets, and then in the pockets, it's going to have different things. This is an actual part of an old uh, notes from my graduate seminar on material science. And so, anyways, so I thought that was, and it's like a good memory. I love learning and I love chemistry. Um, so this was chemical engineering 361, which is material science, but it's very much very chemistry heavy. And so then that's going to be there. And then I had in here, oh, this one has also the alien. Look, oh, they're everywhere. The aliens are everywhere. So you pull the hat and the alien pops out. So yeah, so it's going to have lots of pop out accordion stuff. I'm still learning to make them. So that's what's helped me up. So, and then the back, of course, it has to had a bird, because I love the birds and stuff. Now, so it's gonna have a butterfly as well because I love monarch butterflies. I mean, they don't have to be monarch butterflies, but that's like my favorite. But so it's gonna have it here somewhere, and of course, it has the cacao, the like the that as well. So anyways, yeah. Hey, J Sweet, welcome in, welcome in. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. And yeah, so that's so yeah. So right now I'm just sort of like engineering or figuring out how to do the stuff that I want. And of course, what I could do is just watch someone else who's already figured it out. But what's the fun in that, right? Anyway, so yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. And let's see. So I cut this to the same size or whatever. Yeah, but, if I don't like attach it right away, then it moves and it's no longer the same size. So anyway, so it'll open this way, but let me see. Maybe it needs to be controlled this way a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then I could always like trim. I wish I had like I've seen who has the Cricut or the die cut machine. I wish I had that because then I could make perfect circles. But yeah, anyways, yeah. So I should probably attach not this piece, but this one because that's giving me lots of problems. And if I just kind of push it in, no, but I wanted to go specific orientation, so it's gonna have to be bad, right? Yeah. Anyways, you do. Well, it depends how much you want for it, but I may contact you. Um, yeah, because I'm not like Robin. Are you the one who sold me this the paper? I want to say it's you, right? I bought several packets of the paper. Oh yes! Oh thank God! Oh excuse me. Thank goodness. You know how like small world that I'm working with, finally working with that paper, and then you raid me. It's small world. So this one is from like the ones that I'm working on. It's the Gentleman series, but I started working on it because I really love the glasses. I thought they were super cute. But then because obviously they all came together, so that I figured they all work well together in terms of color scheme. So then those are the ones that I was working with. But yeah, so I purchased quite a few. So you have stamping up die cut machines too. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so I rarely work with paper. This is the first time I'm actually working with the paper. So I don't know. I tend to buy the stuff. All right. So will you remember to send me a message? How about you make the listing and let me take a look, and if it's cost prohibitive for me, then I'll let you know. But if it's something I can do, then I might be interested, because I would love to be able to make the perfect circle, because this is all lopsided and stuff, but I like lopsided stuff too because I have no other alternative. But yeah, so like I said, so that's what I was going to try to do is attach it. Awesome. Yeah, no, I remember you had a lot of stamping stuff. I want to say that I purchased a bunch of your stamps as well. Maybe it was someone else. I want to say it was you, um, and which I haven't used yet. The stamps, but yet another project. But yeah, so I had an opportunity to use up the paper today, and I was like super excited. I was like, dude, I have the paper that goes with this, and yeah, and I love yeah, like I love how sturdy it is, and it's not cardstock, and it's beautiful. And so yeah, and so for my first junk journaling page, I think it makes sense to use it. Okay, so I think that's where it goes. Like I cut this one to be the same size as the other one, but I think. Oh, maybe. Oh, I just needed to bring it down a little bit. Let's see. Yeah. So, and then yeah. So I'm just basically now just covering the. Hey, Sandra. I wanted to. I've called you Sandra before, um, and I should know. I'm sorry. But welcome in. I appreciate you being here. Welcome to the Insomniac Club. And so, yeah, so anyway, so we're trying to engineer a way for this to do a pop out. Right, well, right at this very moment, I'm just trying to figure out how to glue it so that it covers the right bits, you know? So anyways, okay, so I'm not ready to, but if I have to at least, okay, we're just gonna have to attach a little bit because it takes me forever to try to figure out where it's supposed to go. And so I'm gonna have to attach a little bit of it and fold it back probably so that I can work with the rest. I can always cut back. Okay. So we're gonna attach it. I have my I'm using the Elmer's glue all um, for the project. I watched Heidi from Heidi's Podgery do junk journaling before. I mean, I paid attention, but not like how do you do actually do it? I should have paid more attention. But anyways, so she says that any glue will work. So I'm using the one that I always use. I use Elmer's glue all for all for all the stuff that I do. Um, so I did a lot of fluid art before. So to make the paint fluid, we would add Ruol and Floetrol. So that's why I had bottles and bottles of them, those gallon bottles. I'm now down to one full and one that it's almost out. Yeah, because I started doing more brush artwork. Just regular artwork, like drawings and paintings and stuff. That's more my speed. But I was like super enamored with the pouring art, the fluid art. Yes. So, anyways, yeah. So that's why I have all the glue, and it's really good. Like I highly recommend glue all for most projects. Let me make sure that like this one doesn't. So this one is gonna have to be. I can't do it yet because we need to figure out. Well, I need to figure out. So it's gonna pop out. This little alien is gonna pop out from in here. I'm gonna make this little slit. So since I only have a little bit of it, I mean, it's not a full body. So you can pull it and it needs to end right there. So when it ends right there, okay. So it ends right there, right? So that's the idea. So then I can attach it to this. Ah, I moved it. Anyways, but the idea is that I'll attach it to this, right? And then this will be attached over here. And it will accordion back out like this. So that like So only like the little hand will be showing, and then you pull it, and then it will sneak out of the little slit. So that's the plan. That's a plan. Um, and then so then this will be attached only around, so that the little person, the little alien can go in and out. So let's try it again. So it's gonna be like this. Let's see. Mhm. Right there. Okay. I think that's a good place for it. All right. Yeah. Wish I had another cover it, because that would, I mean, like another copy of this. So it would be perfect. Anyways, okay, let's make the slit. Um, I don't have an X-Acto knife. So we're gonna have to just make it work. Who says that? Make it work. Mm, some make it work. Make it work. Oh, Tim Gunn on Project Runway. Make it work. Next, we're gonna make it work. We're gonna make a little slit without an X-Acto knife. We're gonna use the scissors instead. I should probably put like tape, so that it doesn't have so it doesn't like continue to like cut as I play with it when I begin to junk journal. Um, let me find. Yeah, it's not good when okay. So we're gonna just like put yeah, but if I put tape there, I'm gonna have to put tape everywhere. I should probably laminate it. I have a laminating machine, but all right, it's just gonna go down. It's not even. Oh, I should have laminated it. Darn it. Darn it. Darn it. Oh. I let it go. Yeah, so we're gonna put just a tiny bit of tape. But welcome in, Heather. Welcome in. I appreciate you being here. Just we're trying to figure out how to do this stuff. I'm sure there's other people. Even probably you guys might already know how to do this. Let me see. Yeah. I just said that I should probably just laminate it, but I keep doing it. It's okay. So it's gonna have my fingerprint. It's actually kind of cool. Okay. So okay. I dropped the tape. Hey, the pace. Welcome in. Welcome in. I just dropped my tape, so I'm now looking for it. Um, luckily, it dropped, but it didn't like wrapped itself again because it's so hard to find the edge. Okay, so I'm gonna put. a little bit more tape. I should be laminated instead of doing this, but I do have a laminating machine. Sorry, guys. Um, yeah, sorry about that. My my phone is saying you need battery, so yeah. I guess I've been here for a while. But yeah, I should probably. Okay, I'm just gonna go around and just cut off the excess. Of course, I'm cutting it, and now you know I'm not. You know that's not ideal, but there we go. Actually, I'm not gonna cut that part off because there's possibility that I can use that to just attach to the actual. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so okay, again, the idea is that the little alien is going to pop out of here. So we needed to make a slit. That's why we put tape on there. Okay, so we're going to see if... I don't have an X-Acto knife. So we're just going to... Pretty good, actually. Better than I expected. Didn't cut through. Oh, hey. Raynell, welcome in. I'm just trying to make a slit without... You know what? I have my wood cutting. No. I have my wood cutting tools here, but... No, because that'll just mess up the edges and it'll be... I don't have anything that could help with that. Nope. It's going to have to be this. All right. Okay, just goes as straight as possible. Okay. Oh, it kind of opened. So I'm going to just have to pop it open. Okay. I bet you guys can see the mess I'm making. Okay, so where's my little alien? Okay, so the little alien's going to be... where is it? I should probably laminate the little alien too. I think I'm going to do that because if it's going to be... No, the little arm. The little arm has to come out first. The little arm cannot go inside because coming out is going to be not good. Okay, so just the arm is going to be like this, right? That's the idea. Okay. And it's going to have a little sign that says pull here. And then, okay, so then whomever will pull. Oh, did I cut the little arm? No, I didn't. How am I going to make this so that like it has to slide off? So yeah, it's going to have to be right at the edge. Okay, so right at the edge, and I pull, the person pulls, and helps out to right there. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna have to be laminated. Both this part and the little alien so that it slides smoothly out. Because right now it wants to get stuck in that tape. Well, I think it's kind of clever, no? So again, it'll be, yeah, this lid has to be a little bit bigger. Okay. Right there. So, okay. And then you pull it. No, it has, yeah. So I'm going to have to devise a way to attach the head to the hand because when you pull it, the head wants to stay inside. But I want to, yeah. So then it pulls to right there. And then it just says hi or something like that. So, okay. So that's as far as it can go, which means that it has to attach. Where's the body? Maybe it attaches to the top and not where's, so we'll attach it with this, accordion it. We're gonna accordion it so that like as you pull it, but you can't see what part is alien. Okay. So it attaches like this. So that's as far as it can go. And then when you pull it in, it accordions that way. Okay. So it pulls. I think it's gonna work. But anyways, all right. Well, I appreciate y'all being out here. So we had intended to work on the wings for the Pegasus, but I worked on them throughout the day. Well, I've been working on them for a while. Um, anyway, so I finished the wings. The tail, I'm still wondering whether I'm done with it or not. I may do a flower or maybe some geometric figures or maybe some webbing, or I may just call it done. Um, I'm not sure, but it's closer. I thought I was done, but I'm not. Now I just noticed that it needs some stuff. Let's see. Where's my? But anyways, what I was saying. Oh, thank you, Nadine. What I was saying is that um, it's time probably for me to log off because the phones earlier said that it was at a certain percentage, like it wanted to turn off, and then I've been here for a while, so um, I'm gonna log off. But I want to say, yeah, it's bedtime. Oh, you're in Ohio. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's like you're at 2 a.m. Wow. Talk about insomniacs. Um, wow. Yeah, I'm at midnight right now. So I'm still gonna be working on stuff. So I thought I was done with Pegasus, but I'm not because I just realized that I haven't done the eyes, haven't finished the eyes, and I might do the webbing on here, or I might just leave it, or maybe I do like. Okay, so I'm gonna continue to work on it, and at some point I need to just say, you know what, I'm done with it. But yeah, I was so excited about this little guy. I purchased some horses at a recent, miniature horse, figurines um, to figure out how to carve this. Anyways, so it's chunkier, it's pudgy. It's a pudgy Pegasus. which is quite cute. So, anyways, all right. Good night. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. See you next time. Good night. Besitos. Bye. Besitos, besitos.